Looks like we got some good size paw prints down here. Coming down to the water. So I spent the early spring hiking along the Sullivan Creek area. I find this interesting. This rock just sitting on top of a old log. Makes me wonder if something was using it to bash that in to open it up, or I don't know. Don't usually see a log, or I mean a rock on a log. This caught my attention off from a distance. It's a bone stuck on a branch. Chewed up pretty good. Now, a person could very easily just do that. But you always have to wonder, was it a person or was it something else? So I decided to take this just in case I may find something in the future that's very similar, and I'll be able to compare the two together. So I got a report a couple years back of a couple that pulled into this lake. This is Lake Leo. They pulled in late October. It was cold. They were thinking about camping here, and they parked up in the parking lot area and walked down to the water's edge. And she had a little pair of binoculars. So she was just scanning the shoreline, and she said that she saw two figures cross the lake. One of them was down by the water. It stood up, turned, and walked into the tree line, and the other one followed it. She said they were both completely black, covered in hair, and were walking on two legs, and she said they looked pretty massive, but they just turned and walked into the tree line and disappeared. They decided not to camp here that night. So a lot of stories coming out of this little lake here. Huh. So I'm just hiking up around Nile Lake. Found a few interesting impressions. This one trackway I just found that I followed in the snow. It led down towards the lake, and I think it was just moose tracks. That's what it kind of looks like to me. So, even though it had the good indication of a squatch, but I think it's just a moose track. Especially this last track right here. I'll show you. You can see the hooves. Could be a huge elk. Looks like it urinated too, so. One thing that sucks about looking at tracks and the spring melt off, they can almost look like anything. So don't let your imagination run wild with you. There's so many things that look like tracks, but it's so hard to tell. course, I'm going to follow him. Probably most likely that's what I was following earlier. Give me that one track that looks like toes would be fantastic. That doesn't count. So basically, I'm having to take shelter in my tent. Camping up here at Sullivan Creek, just outside of Meadowline Falls, Washington. Camping at Site 9. There's quite a few people up here camping. And, well, we got thunderstorms off and on. And, well, if you can't tell, it's raining right now. I'm hoping it'll pass over here soon because I'm getting hungry and I want to go cook some dinner. So basically, I'm just sitting in my tent, playing a word game on my phone. About an hour ago, it is now 6 o'clock, so around 5. Thought I heard a knock up on the hillside from my camp, but with all the thunder also, I can't be 100% sure. Of course, when you drive up to Sullivan Creek, there's this nice big sign when you drive in. It says grizzly bear habitat. So that's always encouraging, especially when you place a game camera on a tree that you're doing. I'm camped right off the road. So I placed a game camera on a tree to watch this backside of my campsite. And after I got it all hooked up and turned on, I looked up and there's just gigantic claw marks from a bear marking its territory. That's definitely gives you a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside. Of course, I'm out of my territory. I'm out of Stevens County. So I'm in Ponderoy County, so of course I have to give the godfathers of Sullivan Creek a quick shout out. Bill and Marshall. Gave them a text, let them know that I'm trespassing in their territory. So at least they know where I'm at. In case anything happens to me, at least they can recover all my equipment and gear and my car and maybe my body. Who knows? So that evening, Marshall White of Selkirk Range Sasquatch came out and camped with me for the night. And first thing in the morning, we headed off and did a little hiking. And later that day, Bill Bassan shows up, and we ended up heading up a small, very narrow mountain road to go check out some areas. Things we go through.
Oh yeah, there's printing in there. Okay, you got this. Kind of wrapped around, but might be. That one there looks like it's where. I like this one. This one's got some kind of definition to it, Will.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that one there. That looks more like maybe the water came up over the top and over the top of the log. This one right here has definitely got some toes to it, but I'm gonna pull this through. 1, 2, 3, kind of forward.
So does this open up somewhere, or?
This is supposed to, from my understanding, this is Highline Road, which is the same road that you see on the road that gets you over to Sullivan Creek.
Okay.
And the Sullivan
So the
Road.
weather started to turn on us, so we decided to head back down. But Bill wanted me to check out some tree breaks that he had found last year. So we headed down to that location.
That wasn't across here when we came through.
No, it wasn't. This isn't the one that we drove under, was it?
No. This wasn't even here. There was saw mark there and right here. That's weird. Oh. See anything really unless I get up above it. Up in there and look, but no, this wasn't here before. Because this saw was sawed and that was sawed.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to get over.
Yeah.
What's up, Marshall? No, this is fresh.
That's what I mean.
But there was I'm just gonna push you off the side.
Swings back, takes me out.
Up. Fine. I'll show you.
The Squatch is going to keep this out.
What do you think, Will? I mean,
Well, first impression I'd say is probably just erosion.
yeah.
Because I mean, you do see some other down stuff, but I'm just glad it didn't fall when we were driving through.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't here.
No, it wasn't.
Seen this before. So. But you can see where the dirt's been disturbed there, but I don't see anything in the dirt area. So it could have been a bear or something that come up there and
Could have.
flopped up against it. That's one thing about going out in the woods. You got to have your saws.
Yep.
They were solid good trees, and when we got up here, they were still fresh and green, so it wasn't like they've been broke for a while. But this is what, you know, you look, they were solid.
Yeah.
They weren't bad. But I can't see anything that would have, they're pretty good size too, so I don't think anything would have got up there with enough weight to break them over. But you would think if it was a large snowpack or something to come off there, it would have broke some other trees. And
Yeah.
so it's just odd. I don't know if the big bear got up in here and was able to bend and break them. But
And this was last year?
yeah. When Ron Moorhead and Amy Boo were up here.
Well, I find it interesting that it's kind of going across the road.
Yeah.
Kind of like if this was a Sasquatch, like stay out.
Yeah. Marshall and I, we went up this road. We went in through that real bad thicket. And, you know, there were some elk bones and stuff up in there, but nothing that would indicate, like, you know, it could have been a wolf kill or something.
Right.
We don't know. And when we just up the road here is where I see that shadow of a person, and I slammed on the brakes, and Amy's going, what? And I backed up, and I said, I just seen something like standing there. It was big, tall, shadowy, kind of skinny. And then I, you know, I went down over the bank, and that's where I found that one tree that was snapped off. And it had a couple of branches that laid over, kind of in an A pattern. I got pictures of it and stuff, but, you know, but it's just weird. Why would I see a shadow there and then go down there and find that?
Yeah.
Like what you just seen down the road.
I don't know what I saw.
Hey, we don't. We have no idea sometimes, but, you know, we're looking all the time.
It was great coming out with you.
Hey, thanks a lot for giving me the call. Sorry I couldn't make it out yesterday, but...
Well, like I said, you guys are like the godfathers of Sullivan Creek, so, you know, I don't want to find a stallion head in my bed tomorrow.
Oh, no, that's okay. You know, I mean, this is America. It's freedom for everybody.
No, we're in Washington State. Everything else is America.
Yeah, no kidding. We don't want to get too much into politics right now.
No.
Yeah, we're of course, you know, Sasquatch, he don't care about those politics. I think it's going to be I'm going to go up into that gut a little bit more this year that we've been talking about, because, you know, you got Sasquatch Alley right up on the other side there.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of think that's, and, you know, I was talking with one of the tribal members, and he was saying that they travel, from what his family and stories of his ancestors said, that they travel over to the other side of the river over there and have a spring meet, you know, so I don't know. But they say that they travel back and forth over that side, and in the spring they're over there.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know, hey, I take all sorts of information. I just want to prove, you know, be able to see one and prove the fact of it. You know, I mean, we found evidence, other strange things, so, you know, other people said they've seen them, and, you know, they're kind of lucky. It's like the one woman that was talking about, she walked up to her window one night in her house, and there was one looking right at her in the window, and she screamed. She turned around one way, limping, you know, she talked about its eye widths and how its nose flared out, and when it was looking in, it was just about looking at her, and she was 6 foot tall, so you figure, you know, the place where she was living up on its block, you know, so that thing had to been 8 foot tall or so, I would imagine. And she said the shoulders on it were big. You know, she can remember the shoulders and the hair. She said it wasn't like really stringy hair. It was pretty straightforward. And the next morning, it was a light snow, and she went out and her and her husband, and there's big footprints walking away from the window. You know, there's two bits of evidence right now. First, a sighting, and second, you know, footprints.
So in other words, you know, Bigfoot's not much different than us. He's a pervert by peeking in a window. So.
I think curiosity, not more curiosity than.
Yeah.
I think their curiosity is just like us, you know. They're big kids. The only thing is that they live out in the woods and.
Well, I guess I'll go home and take a shower and eat some lunch.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip home, buddy.
You too, man. Well, until the next video, everyone. You know where I'll be. Have a good one, everyone.